Hey, how's it going? You got time for a beer? This one's from my cellar. It's the last one that I've got right now from the ones that I brought back that I haven't done a video for. Um, this one's from Barrel House Brewing Company. They have a very sweet bottle cap, BHBC, with a cross on the top. It's very cool. If you get a chance to see that, I highly recommend taking a peek because it's a very cool looking logo. Um, this one's called Big Sur. It's a double IPA, 9.3% alcohol by volume. So that'll be that'll be pretty good. Let's see what else does it say. Good people, great times, great beer, and then it starts all over again. Double India Pale Ale, brewed and canned by Barrel House Brewing Company in Paso Robles, California. It's real close to where my brother-in-law and sister live. I want to say that this is one of those places that brews in Tin Town, but I'm not positive. I didn't actually get to go there this time, but that was the plan. Instead, we went to Slow Brew, which was pretty sweet. I like Slow Brew a lot, but pretty close to San Luis Obispo, Paso Robles. It looks like Robles, not to be confused with Rubbles, which is a bar up in Mount Pleasant, and not spelled at all like Robles. Robles. All right, so get this thing poured, see what it looks like. It's a double IPA, so it's going to be heavy and probably a little bit dark, would be my guess. Oh, not dark at all. Kind of light, actually. I know I've had this before. It's been a little bit, though. I remember it being kind of boozy. And let's see, what else do I remember this thing being? Try to get this thing set up so you can look at the pretty can art, too. It's got, yeah, it's actually got the thing on from the cap on the side of that bus there. It's a little bit hazy, Can kind of see through it, but it's pretty light. It's lighter than I thought it would be. All the things that I brew that tend to be about a double IPA end up being like super dark. It's probably just because I used the wrong stuff, but yeah. A little bit piney, but mostly grapefruit is what I'm getting from this guy. It smells delicious. Like I could drink a bunch of these. I think I only had 2 of them in a row one time, if I remember right. I remember having to save some of these. I think I saved one for my brother-in-law, and I took this one home, and then the other ones were gone. So I drank 4 while I was out there, maybe. Oh man, it's bitter, like a grapefruit bitter, kind of bitter. It's also toasty. Like there's a definite like bread toast, like not like a malt toast really so much, but like a bread, like it tastes like toast, like you'd eat it in the morning with eggs. You might drink this in the morning with eggs. I'll bet you it goes really well with morning surfing. Like you get done surfing in the morning and then you go back and you have a Big Sur. It's delicious. Um, Other kind of beers this reminds me of. What kind of beers does this remind me of? You know what? I I don't really have anything right now. Shoot, you'd think that of all of the ones that I've had, I'd like to say the double two hearted, but that's not true. The double two hearted kicks you right in the teeth and is amazing, but also completely different from this. This is definitely sweeter than that. trying to think if there's something from shorts that I've had that's like this. And I can't think. This is pretty unique for me. Also, it's super late or early, depending upon how you look at it. I've got to change my schedule, so I'm staying up late tonight, so I can be on thirds tomorrow. But yeah, this is good stuff. I drink another 6-pack of these, not tonight, because that would make for a crazy night. Man, it's real good. Okay, so I had a story planned out, and I think I might actually tell that one. It's a story about stories and how they're interesting and how they change over the years. Apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but I know for sure he's done it once before and combined two characters from fairly similar stories into one person. But the band director up at Central, he's a very good guy. I like him a lot, but he does tend to tell stories that are stories that didn't necessarily happen exactly how he thinks they happened, which is fine. And I'm really hoping that he's made all of these stories that he's got about tuba players and seniors and all that stuff. I'm really hoping he's made them all about me, because I'm more than willing to take that on as, well, me, because I mean, as we used to say when we were still there, I'm a living legend. Notorious, if you will, in the marching band at one point in time. I don't know if anybody would know who I am right now, because it's been since 2008 since I've been there to be in the band, with the band. So who knows? But anyway, stories. So there is a story. Okay, so there's a tradition in the marching band at Central where the seniors will get shit-faced drunk before the last practice of the season, which is fine. Super cool. The problem comes in when those seniors haven't been trying that out for the entire year, and they can't hold it the entire time that they're there. I mean, usually you do something weird, like they'll have you spin circles to try to make people fall down, which is funny. But so we did this one year. It would have been probably pretty close to my very first senior year. We had one of the section leader was super drunk and super silly, and he's a great guy. And it was awesome because he's a good person, and I'm not going to say his name, but I am friends with him on Facebook, and I don't want to call him out on this because there are other things that happened that day too. So this guy decided that in the middle of practice that he needed to go and take a leak. So there was that. And then after practice, before practice, I don't remember which, a different guy saw Dr. Batchelor in the hallway, because he was the band director up there, still is, and decided after drinking a bunch, I don't remember what we were drinking, probably beer would be my guess, but not necessarily if it was a Friday practice, because mixed drink Friday. But this other guy gave Dr. Batchelor a gigantic hug and thanked him for being him, which it's great, but also kind of dumb, because I don't think that guy was of age at that point in time. He wasn't really a senior. It was, you go and you hang out. It's fun. Let's be real. There's a good chance that this was the second time, at the very least, that I had participated in this, because really it starts out with like sophomores, because if you've done a year of marching band, And then that next year, and then that next semester, you do a year of concert band. And then the next semester, the next fall semester, you do a year of marching band again. You get your letter. So those sophomores are done with marching band. So they get drunk too on that last one. The problem is, tuba players, like I said, Mixed Drink Friday, that one really was actually on me. I started that. Because marching tuba is difficult, and if you march tuba for more times than you should be marching, you need something to kill the pain. Because carrying around something that's 35, 40 pounds on your shoulder, even for an hour at a time, straight, it's not comfortable. Believe it or not, it's not comfortable. But you also get used to it. Something to kill the pain is real nice, though. So Mixed Drink Fridays, when we would have a Friday that was a day that we probably shouldn't have had practice, no game the next day, why would you have practice on a Friday when everybody could go home and, I mean, pretty much do what we were doing, but only no marching band? So we would drink a little bit. Usually, like, blue is the Glacier Freeze Gatorade. It doesn't taste with the Cool Blue. Don't do this with that. It's not as good. But the Glacier Freeze, the blue Gatorade, that's the actual blue Gatorade, the Glacier Freeze Gatorade, and Bacardi Limon, amazing. Like well, actually any of them. You fill it, you drink it down to about the ridge, and then fill it the rest of the way up with the limon, and it's delicious. It'll get you there. What am I doing? Shit, this is gonna be long. So anyway, probably that was what we were drinking. I would be willing to cop to being the guy that hugged Dr. Bachelor. I didn't do that, but I would be willing to. The guy that ran in to take a leak, would be willing to do that too. Would be willing to cop to that too. Didn't do that. I'd also be willing to take the rap for my brother. He decided to have a gallon of apple cider that they put some stuff into, which is also amazing. Honey whiskey and apple cider, good stuff. But passing around a gallon of apple cider, standing on top of a picnic table, probably not the best idea. But I would be willing to cop to that, and getting told to stay home from an away game, because it's legendary. I mean, let's be real. It's legendary. I would be willing to say that I did that too. I did not. But yeah. These are some long, rambling stories with no point whatsoever. But that's what I'm here for. I like hanging out. I like hanging out. It's great fun. You should definitely do this more often. Probably won't, though. I'll probably give you another video right around Thursday. All right. That's the last of that. Big Sur Double IPA from Barrel House Brewing Company. Good stuff. You can find me on Untapped at TubaJake_69, YouTube, TubaJake_69, Twitter, TubaJake_69, and Instagram at TubaJake69_69. I've got, I got this very cool t-shirt. I'm thinking about making new t-shirts. We'll see how this goes with the logo thing, but different colors, and it should be sweet once I get this done. But anyway, I've got a quote for you guys, or for me, really. It's by Lucille Ball. I Love Lucy fame. She says, "Love yourself, and everything else falls into line." I like the sentiment of that. Makes me feel better. Time to go. I'll see you next time when we've got time for a beer. Thanks.